This is part one of a four-part series on dealing with anxiety. And today we're going to talk about why we need to quit overstimulating our brain. Before we get started in this four-part series, I just want to let you know I am not a doctor. I'm not a mental health physician. So if you have serious anxiety or depression issues, please definitely consult one of those people. I am just someone that wants to help and give you a few different tips that might be able to help you manage this on your own before trying somebody more serious. Let's start by talking about the brain. You see, our brains are great tools. We use them every day. I'm using mine right now. You're using yours right now. They are the rudder of our entire way of life, way of being, and they are important. However, in our day with technology and other things, they are becoming overloaded and overstimulated. So what I want to do in this first video is talk about how we can ease the pressure and tension on our brain so that we can kind of get our lives back and slow down the rhythm of what we do on our day-to-day basis. So here are three big ideas on why overstimulating our minds is a big deal. My first point is that our minds are bombarded with information constantly. So let me walk you through a normal life of a person. So say it's 2016, 2017, you wake up, you get out of bed, you reach for your phone, probably because it woke you up, because there's an alarm clock function on it. And instinctively, you'll look at Facebook, or you'll look at news, or you'll read an article or something like that. Then you'll get up and you'll take a shower and brush your teeth and that sort of thing, grab a breakfast, rush out the door. Then you'll listen to talk radio or podcasts on the way to work. You'll get to work, and for 6 to 10 hours a day, you might stay at a computer for the most part, constantly intaking information, constantly reading and learning things. On your lunch break, maybe you scroll through your Facebook feed or check your phone for emails, that sort of thing. Then when you get back in your car to go home, you throw back on another podcast, or you turn talk radio back up. You listen to information all the way home. Then once you get home, after eating dinner, you watch more TV, this time in the form of entertainment media via Netflix or a football game or whatever it is. So you're constantly taking information in the whole day. The issue is that our brains are actually becoming overloaded from this. We're taking too much information in, and it's causing us to panic. Not only is panic and anxiety set in, but sometimes stress, overworkedness. Our eyes get tired and puffy, and we're not able to function the way we want to function with our kids or our family. And so this becomes a really big issue in our day-to-day life. Our brains actually have a law of diminishing return attached to them. What I mean is, after a certain amount of consumption, maybe 8 to 10 hours, our brains begin to not consume as much information. Our attention span gets shorter. We start feeling like we have ADD or irritability, and altogether our productivity shuts down. All of this in point one leads to my next point. In point two is that we're addicted to the noise. You see, we've become addicted to the noise in the media that we've been consuming, and so the longer we wait to go without it, the more irritable and freaked out we become. So you've all been there when you've left the house and you forgot your cell phone. Well, maybe there's 10% of you that didn't freak out, but for the other 90% of us, we kind of freaked out because that information is necessary and we need to be connected with the world. You see, there's this little psychological and physiological there's this psychological addiction that's taking place with our media. We've been consuming it so much that we're starting to get attached to it. So much so that many of us can't even go to sleep anymore without noise in the background. We'll run a fan, maybe an air filter, maybe we'll have the television on, or maybe run the radio on our phones or some sort of white noise app, but we can't even listen to silence. We can't even listen to silence anymore without freaking out. So we've become addicted to this noise, which leads to stress and anxiety on our souls. I know it's a struggle to sit in silence, and some of you are thinking, man, there's no way I could sit and meditate by myself and be quiet for a while. It's just not possible. And point three is this: silence is deafening, but it's possible to retrain yourself. So hear that. I know that you might be nervous and you might be thinking, man, there's no way I'm going to be able to regain that, but it's all trainable. What we're going to need to do is take some practical steps in removing some of the technology from our lives to get our brains to rest and give them a little bit of peace so they're not so addicted to the stress, because I think that this might actually be one of the biggest causes of anxiety out there, is that we're just addicted to the things around us and hearing noise. What we need is actually peace and quiet to be able to hear from God and to be able to regain that kind of equilibrium in our lives. Thanks for watching video one. Check out the other 3 videos in this series, and feel free to click around the website or the YouTube channel and figure out some other videos. Also below, there's some questions to help you work through this with a mentor.